Okay, sorry, yeah, I'm here with Julia Becker, who's the filmmaker behind Maybe Baby. Congratulations with your film, Julia. She's talking to me on Skype from Germany. Yeah, no, congratulations. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Brilliant.
Sure.
Thank you for joining us. So, Julia, brilliant film. I've seen it a couple of times. Funny enough, we were doing watching it again yesterday. Really enjoyed the film. Perhaps you can tell me or give us a brief synopsis about the movie, and we can go from there.
So it's about a couple. They're they have a long-term relationship, and now there's the next point in the relationship. So he wants to have kids, and she's not so sure about it. So, but they start to try, and yeah. But on the other hand, both have affairs.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We'll move on to that in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he tells her to go. He goes on a business trip, but he goes with his affair in a how do you say it? In a small house in the mountains, in a cabin in the woods.
That sounds perfect. Yeah, no, that sounds perfect. So yeah, you basically said it in just the right way. Where did the I'm a bit concerned about asking you this question, but where did the idea come from? Is it based on a personal experience? I hope not.
No, it kind of. It's not my story, and it's not autobiographic.
No.
But I watched my whole all the people, all my friends, and I'm the same age, so I was watching them and seeing how they struggle with the decision to have kids or not kids, and to marry or not, and yes, that was the beginning of the idea. And then I was looking for a way to put 4 people together, and everybody is same guilty, so nobody can run.
Well, the interesting thing, I mean, there's loads of interesting things about it. I really like the way you've done it, and the interplay between the characters is really watchable. But of course, going from an idea to a finished film is a huge leap. So, is it possible you can give me some kind of idea of the process of that? It sounds a bit perhaps sort of complicated, but just to give people an idea of the whole process of taking something from an original idea to actually a finished product, finished movie is a huge leap. So, yeah, if you can give us an idea of that.
Yeah, I can try. So I was finishing the book very quickly, and then I found my producer, Frauke Kolbmüller, and we financed the film with crowdfunding or fundraising. So, and we started it, and 4 months later we were shooting. So we make everything very quick because we don't want to wait on people to give us money.
Yeah.
We want to have, we wanted to make this movie the way we want to make it. And no other people talking into it and say you can't do that, you can't do that. And then we were shooting a little team, 13 people with also with actors, and it was very much fun. We had so much fun.
So with the crowdsourcing, the crowdfunding, which I know is really popular now. But you always imagine, Pete, I know it's not going to be this simple. You imagine someone sitting in front of the keyboard saying, I've had a great idea to make a film, we need X amount of money, and the money will just come flooding in. But of course, in reality, it's not like that, I know that. But just how difficult is that process? Did you get to, I don't need to know the numbers, but did you get to the figure you were hoping to?
Yeah, we get the figure we were waiting for. We needed. It was difficult. Because you have to make the campaign, you have to really think about it, because you don't want the people you want the people to like the project. So you can't just sit in front of the camera and talk something, you have to show them something. But we were lucky, and we had half of the money we had from the crowdfunding, and the other half was our own money.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, okay, so when you say that you've got to show people something, does that mean you've got to have some kind of sizzle, rizzle, test reel, or I know I'm sort of dwelling on this because it will help people that are thinking about going for crowdfunding for their own projects. So
actually, we were first shooting and then doing the campaign, because we were so fast in producing the movie. So we said we do it anyway, if the people give us the money or not. So then we had a small teaser from the material we were shooting before. We put that online, and then we make an interview as well. Frauke and me, and talking to the people, so all together. And we needed it. The most money is most of the time you need the most money for the post production. That's where we need it for too.
Oh, that's interesting. So actually doing the editing and everything else associated with the, I don't know,
Yeah,
the
and
sound editing. Yeah, of course, yeah.
Writing, sound, yeah.
So, so this, can we talk about the cast for this film? Because I know you said you were time pressure to get the film finished, and you've done it in a few months. But even so, what a lot of people won't realise actually, it is. Look, I know filmmakers is a horrifically difficult thing to do, and actually to get this moving forward at a speed, to get it finished is going to take a lot of effort. So, did you have actors that are committed to the film, or how did it work? Were you waiting for some of the funding to go in, and then you were, yeah? If you can just give us a flavour of how you managed to find the actors for the movie.
Yeah. So the one who plays Lucas, like my affair, because I act in the movie, you know that, right?
Of course, yeah.
He was a friend of mine. We also did before 2 movies.
Yeah.
So when I was writing, I had him in mind for this character. And the other 2, we were just normal auditioning.
And were you always going to be in the film? This is a bit of an odd question.
Yes.
You were, so there was no, you wanted, okay. And the finished film, because I assume you storyboarded, I'm not entirely sure, but the planning for the film, is the version on the screen the version that you wanted to cut to finish with? So what I mean by that, sorry, that's me. It's a bit of a strange question. So I'm guessing what I'm asking is, the film that we've all seen, is that kind of exactly how you wanted it to be, or were you cutting out bits on the way, or were there things not working and were left completely out of the film?
No, it's pretty much the film I wanted to make. That was your question, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
well done. Sorry. That was the question. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the film I wanted to make. It's sure, it's all the time like you have to make some small adjustments to change things if you don't have enough money or the weather is not like this. But from the humor and all the style, it's pretty much the movie I wanted to make. So I'm very happy.
And can you give us a flavour of, I know you had to crowdfund, I know we were talking about that, so obviously filmmakers always have to face the challenge of finding enough money to make a film. But what kind of support is there in Germany? I mean, in your opinion, with the German film industry, is there enough, this is a crazy question, is there enough support? I suppose the answer is no, because everyone wants more money all the time, I understand that. But generally speaking, do you think it could be improved? Are there areas where you just think it's lacking?
I don't know. You know, I was an actress before, and that's what I studied. That's what I learned. And I was sure that nobody would give me some money to make my first movie if I say I directed, I acted in it, and everybody would say, "Yeah, she's crazy. She can't." So that's why we choose this way. I think there is enough money to make movies. You just have to get to the right people.
Yeah, and I guess it's well, no, you've answered it really well, and that sort of neatly moves me on to my next question, which was, I suppose, the fact that you've proven that you can make a film with a show reel and then get the funding necessary. You must have done something right to get that funding, because let's be honest about it, if you hadn't done a good show reel and hadn't projected the film well enough, you would have never got the money. Yeah, it seems fairly obvious. So I guess this shows that you, with the right planning, the right infrastructure, and getting all your eggs into one basket, it proves that you can do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't hear you so good anymore.
No, sorry, I'm still here. Is that okay?
Yeah, I hear you, but you're not so loud anymore. So sometimes I have to ask again because it's yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Actually, you're coming through really, really clearly. It's absolutely
Okay.
crystal clear. So, again, can you give us a flavour of when you're putting a film together as the filmmaker and the actress, so you're spinning all these plates, how difficult that was? Hi, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, so you're taking on all these roles, you're the filmmaker and the actress, so you're doing everything involved with the filmmaking process, but that's got to make things a lot more complicated, I guess.
Yeah, kind of, but for me it's like it was the best time I ever had on set, because I really love to do all that different departments at once. So I'm very good in focusing and concentrating on the part I just have to do now. Like now it's directing, now it's acting, and I had a very good team. And I had I had very good actors. So I think this is all very necessary to a good movie, that everybody works together, and then you can also do what I did, like doing several departments.
That's really interesting, because when I've spoken to filmmakers that wear multiple hats, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them have said to me, you know what, Steve, it's a struggle, and a kind of, a number of them weren't sure they'd ever want to do that again. So it's quite interesting to hear that you looked at it from another point of view.
Yeah, I will definitely do it again. At the moment, I'm writing my next movie, and I hope to do it next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely gonna do everything again. The same producer and me as director and actor and author. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
So if I came to see you and I said you can only do one thing, you've either got to be a director, a producer, actress or writer, and I had a gun to your head, so you've got to make a decision. Sorry, it's a bit of a difficult question, I know, but it'd be interesting to hear the answer. And you can only choose one. Which one would it be?
Oh, it's,
I'm sorry.
really difficult. Yeah, I know, that's really difficult. I think the first thing I would give away would be producing, because the numbers are not what I like so much. And then I couldn't decide really. Because people ask me all the time, what are you gonna do like for the rest of your life? And I said everything. And they said, no, you can't. You have to decide. And
Yeah.
I think I don't have to decide. I love all the jobs so much, and they all like fit together. You know, it's all different parts of me. I can feature with the jobs.
And just when you're seeing your film put together, sorry, thank you for answering that, because I've asked that before and it's kind of thrown a curveball, because it's a difficult one to answer, to be fair. When you're sitting down in the film, in post, and you're editing, the film's being edited down, and there's things that have got to be cut. I mean, this is a natural fact of filmmaking. There's scenes you've shot, unless you're very, very lucky, Julia, there's going to be sequences that are taken out, that are going to be trimmed down, because that's the nature of filmmaking. How do you feel about that, or do you just have to trust that the editing process? Yeah, do you know? Because I know it can be a difficult thing.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not sure I get your question right.
Well,
Can you
yeah.
repeat it?
Let me frame it this way. It's probably the way I sort of suggested it. I know it can be very difficult when there's sequences cut out of a film. This is from the editor's point of view, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's a collaboration, but when that's happening, when you know they would say to you, look, this isn't working, take the sequence out. How does that make you feel? I mean, what's the compromise you come to? Do you just have to trust the editing process?
Okay. I was the whole editing process. I was sitting next to my editor.
Of course, yeah.
So we were deciding together if you have to skip something or let it out. But for sure, it's always hard to kill your darlings. But
Okay.
but sometimes you have to do it to make the story more like floating. I don't know the word, and then it's okay. But Uh,
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, no, you've explained it really well. The flow of the movie, I know, is very important. And you know, if you compare a short film to a feature film, it's radically different because with a short film, bang, 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 everything's got to move at a frenetic pace because you've got to cram so much in. And of course, the luxury of a feature film is, of course, you've got to keep pacing along, but you've got more time to tell a story. So it must be a difficult thing to have to do. And you did say that about the post earlier, that that's the time and obviously the money. But did you actually do you enjoy that as much as the actual filmmaking process?
yes,
Really?
I love every part of the filmmaking. I love the writing, I love the shooting, and I love the post-production after that. So
Brilliant.
really, even the color grading, it's like I really enjoyed it to see the movie getting, like, all the scenes come together to one movie. It's fantastic.
Look, honestly, the film is absolutely brilliant. Like I said, we watched it again yesterday. I've seen it before, and you know, hats off to you for bringing such a great film to our festival. So really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your time. And sorry for the delay earlier. Interviews just overrun.
No problem.
It's like this.
I'm just sitting here writing on the new movie, so it's okay.
Well, look, best of luck with that. Whenever that's made, just finally going. So you've got a new film that you're planning now and getting ready to shoot. Will you use the same process to bring the film to fruition? So will it be crowdfunded again? How will that work?
No, the next film will be full financed. So because of Maybe Baby, we have now like people who want to work with us, and we're looking forward to get the money and pay all the people, and yeah.
I know that's great because again, you're a really good example of if you can make the right film and get that funding in the first place, how it can lead on to other things. So that, I think that's a really important way to suggest how important it is to get the planning right.
I think so, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Look out for that on our news feed and on SoundCloud.
Nice. Thank you for having me in the interview.
Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.